I've been fishing for almost 7 hours. It's been so long. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Outlanders. We're in episode 3 and as I've just mentioned, I've been fishing for a very long time. I have taken a couple of breaks, but for the most part I've just been AFK clicking away and getting a whole ton of loot. So my thought is that we're going to have a whole stack of loot down here. Now I have organised it a bit. I did take a little bit of a couple of sessions and then reorganized it a bit, so we do have a fair number of books up here, as well as another fully enchanted fishing rod, and I also managed to get myself a mostly fully enchanted bow. I've got flame and breaking, power 5 and mending on that, though I'm not sure what else I can put on that. I think it's fortune or looting, I'm not quite certain of that. And as well I can put on, what else can I put on? No, I can't put on Infinity. There's one more thing, I'm forgetting it. But anyway, let's have a look at exactly what there is. And oh, there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of fish, a lot of salmon, pufferfish, which we might be able to use someday, lots of water bottles, useless, and a lot of books. We've got to be careful as well because there's stuff in here that we haven't collected. But overall, there is a lot of stuff. Let's just get all the books and put them all into one place, and then we'll do the same with the fishing rods and bows, and slowly just try and work out exactly what we have here. That is a lot of stuff. I've gotten all the food out, and forget the bread for a second. I think we're not going to starve for a while yet. We've got ourselves a lot of fish. Lots of fish, lots of salmon, and of course bread. I think we're going to be good for a long time. So I can probably get rid of this wheat farm and start turning it into something a little bit more useful for our future projects. So let's get this stuff into the smelter. We're going to need quite a bit of stuff, so let's do that as well, and then do that. Actually no, we want to turn it into coal, proper coal, so we can smelt for a fair amount of time. Yep, I knew that would happen. Dump the torch and let's keep going with this. I can hardly believe it. I had to craft up a few more furnaces, and even this isn't enough. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 18 furnaces there. Perhaps it should be time to investigate into a smoker, which would do the job faster. So smoker, we need logs. Okay, so that's pretty quick. So perhaps if we stopped all this... no, maybe I should... When these are finished, I should turn them into smokers first. But aside from that, let's collect all the other collectibles, all the other things that can stack. So these things, those. Forget the tropical fish for now because I already collected them. So leather, lily pads, bone, string, nautilus shells, ink sacs, rotten flesh, sticks, tripwire hooks, and bowls. A lot of weird stuff is found in these things. So quite a bit to find. We don't want the saddle though. And more fish. I forgot I left that in there. I just managed to find another one of these wandering traders that keep popping up and killed them. I finally got myself a llama head. That's actually pretty good. Now, will this guy drop a head? Yes, he will. That's actually yet another head. So, what's that? That's 3, another 2 heads, a wandering trader head, and a llama head. So I've got myself 3 wandering trader heads and a llama head. These are sort of useless, actually. Now that I think about it, I might have to figure out a way if I can trade these to other guys and get some reasonable heads. I'm not certain what I want with them, but it's still a reasonable addition to our collection. Now you might be wondering, why is there a chest in the ground? Guys, why would you put a random chest in the middle of nowhere? And the answer to that is because if we go into our fishing room, we've got a lot of stuff in here that doesn't actually give us anything, like leather boots. We're already into iron stuff. We've got water bottles, which are somewhat useful. And we've got saddles, which we are never going to find a use for all these things. So if we collect them all up, and we're not going to have enough room again, but if we collect them all up, we can then dump them into the chest and then set fire to it, and it should burn all the items underneath it, and therefore get rid of them all. Now, hopefully this works. I've got a whole lot of saddles and leather pants in there, so we just have to do that, and it burns. There we go. Perhaps the fire just went out at that time, so if we just chop that down, a whole lot of stuff goes down. Of course, there's a little bit of spillage, but we should be able to just dump this down and get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and I suppose we don't really need the chicken or the feather anymore, or the axe. So now if we just set fire to these things, good, now we can just fill up the thing and no one will know that the ashes of quite a few saddles and leather shorts are in there. Leather boots, I should say. I'm also in a similar position with the fishing rods. I don't really need them. I could make a profit off them, but then again I can get these fishing rods reasonably easily. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to get myself a grindstone if I can. Let's have a look. What do I need? What do I need for a grindstone? I need a stone slab, which I can get easily. I can need 2 sticks and 2 oak planks. So that shouldn't be too hard. And now all I have to do is just dump these things into the grindstone. And I can't get rid of the cursive vanishing one. That's fine. I was a little bit surprised when the first one didn't come back. But all of these should, or most of these, should give me a fair amount of XP. And why do so many of them have cursive vanishing? It's really annoying. Oh, that's a good one. Ah well, so anyway, we'll just get rid of all these and then we'll dump them into a fire and get rid of them. That's another good one. What? How is that one is actually fully suited up as well? Maybe I should keep that one. Yeah, I think I will keep that one. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep on it. Oh dear. There's been a bit of an accident here. I need to get myself some wood. Quick smart and get myself some come on, where is the trees? Oh, come on. I really hate creepers. And before I forget, Lobo, I think his name is, has come around and given me a bit of an IOU, and I'm in the wrong skin, but never mind. He gave me an IOU since he doesn't have any worthwhile stuff that I have, and is going to take quite a bit of my fish, which is helpful because it means I don't have to carry it around on me or with me. So let's just get rid of this bit here and polish up this creeper accident that we had, and then finally get onto something a little bit more helpful. While I'm at it, I think I'll tidy up this place a bit, or light it up, because I've had enough of creepers just randomly coming and explodicating things. It's just not very nice, and I've had to clean up 4 or 5 times already, so it's very annoying. So a few torches just randomly placed everywhere should light up this thing and make it a beacon of light, making sure there is absolutely no spawning spots for anything to come and attack me. The last thing I want to do before moving on is to sort all these things out, because it's just a mess of books everywhere. So what I think I might do is to get off this stuff. I'm not sure if I want to upgrade this stuff yet, so I'll take it off because it's going to get broken anyway, so I don't have enough spots. Okay, let's get to here and put the boot enchantment, the legging enchantment, the chestplate enchantment, this here, and we'll get a couple more over from these chests, and then we can start sorting out the stuff. So we want, let me see, we need an axe if we can get it, a sword, a pickaxe, what else? A shovel, I suppose, but we can see. Okay, let's put it in. We'll get rid of these pufferfish because we won't want them. Sword, pickaxe, and I just mislabeled those, shovel and axe, and I think that's right. So let's get rid of those and then we can get sorting. Well, it's taken quite a while, but I've managed to get myself a fair number of enchantments. I've still got a lot of stuff in there, but I think I've got myself, the pickaxes are just about done. I don't have any mending books, which is really annoying, but that is on the way to getting the enchantments I need for all of these things. I'm not sure if I want to do the pickaxes yet or wait till mending, because I don't want to max it out and then be unable to put mending on it later. Anyhow, let's turn to the second part of today's episode, which is turning this farm into a different kind of farm. Now, as I've mentioned in a previous episode, I want to make myself a guardian monument farm as my base. Now, obviously that's going to mean that I'm going to have to do a lot of draining and a lot of killing of stuff, so that's going to also mean that I'm going to want some water breathing. And for that, I think I might get myself something I didn't get last season, which is a trident. So if we we're going to keep the seeds so we don't, so we can have the ability to make some later. But let's turn all this into bread. How do we do that? We get there, and we make ourselves, actually let's make ourselves some hay bales. That'll save us. Then if we can do that, and put that there, bread. So that should be really good, right, like that. Now, I'm not exactly certain how the turtle like to breed, but I believe they like to go on sand, and then they have to hatch into little turtles. So they lay their eggs, they have to turn into little turtles. I forgot there's a massive ravine here, and then they have to not fall into the water. They have to wait a couple of nights, and they only hatch at night, which is annoying, I believe. So that is going to mean that I'm going to have to create a shelter, I think, to make sure that the mobs don't kill off the eggs. And then I'm going to have to put in a few other things as well. It's quite a bit, and I think there is a likely place the things on sand, so hence why I'm making this, or I'm cutting out a huge area here, and then I'm going to cover it with gravel, I think, or no, with cobblestone or something, just to make it a little bit safer for me when I'm AFKing in here. Okay, so I've done a little bit of research, and it turns out that this thing is only going to be useful if I can get a couple of turtles to breed that, as figure out that is their home. So what it turns out is that when turtles breed, so for example I put them into the love mode by feeding them their grass, that is, and then they'll travel to their home beach, which could be miles and miles and miles away, or kilometers to use the metric term. They could be kilometers and kilometers away, and of course that means that I'm going to have to travel with them all the way back to their spawned place, and that could mean that I'm going to have to go there, and then I can of course pick up the turtle egg, but that requires silk touch. So all in all, quite a number of things, but I do have silk touch, and I do have a pickaxe or two, so that shouldn't be too hard, I would have thought. I'm still very much on the hunt for turtles. However, I think I've just stumbled across someone's base. I'm not entirely sure who this is, although from looking at the coordinates and looking at my Discord, the Discord claims, I think this is Nice Robbie's base. Seems to be a rather fishy place. But he seems to have got himself quite a bit of seeds, which I think I gave him a couple episodes ago. Somehow already got himself an enchanting table. I need to get my hands on one of these. He's got spruce wood, he's got cod, he's got a pretty destroyed anvil, which is something weird actually. It seems that in the old versions of Bedrock, the anvils would never get broken, they'd just always be used the same way. So, and yet there was the destroyed anvil, or very used anvil, or whatnots. Seems he's managed to get himself a couple of random bits here, so I might clean this up for him. And yeah, in fact, I think I'll harvest all this for him. Put the wheat into one of the chests over there, and then we transfer them. It'll be just something neighbors do to each other. That is just a little bit weird. I just found a random compass in the middle of the ocean, although I'd have to say it probably came from this thing. Either that or someone drowned, which doesn't seem likely because there would be more stuff. Oh no, I'm going to drown here, aren't I? Come on. Yeah, I'm going to drown. No, not good, not good, not good. I'm going to... that's just in time. I need to be a little bit more careful with that because I didn't have any water breathing, so I have to be a little bit more careful when I'm going underwater. I've nearly drowned 3 times. But as it currently stands, I am still yet to take my first death in this season. After a lot of exploring, I decided to come back, and I found this guy here. He's finally decided to spawn here, so what I think I'll do is I'll name him, or name tag him, to make sure that he doesn't disappear, and then I should be able to wait for another one to spawn, and that should solve my turtle problems. And it also means that I don't have to go very far to find my turtle eggs, or where their spawning point is. It's taken quite a while, but I finally discovered another turtle, so I just need to make it grow up a fair bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a little bit more. There we go. So if I can get my boat and bring this to my island, I should be able to have a second ready to go. And of course I've lost it. In the time it took me to cycle round to pick up my boat and all that, my turtle has disappeared, which is really, really annoying. I just spent 10 of these seagrass to grow it up, and now where did it go? I've been wandering around for quite a while, and I finally discovered 2 turtles. Now I just need to see where they're going to lay their egg. Is it here? Or do they drop their baby turtle? I don't know, because I definitely bred them. You can see I can't feed them anymore. So where's their egg gone? This is really weird. But anyway, I think hopefully I'll be able to bring them across to my new empire, I should say. Hopefully I'll be able to bring them across to my territory, my little island. Might have to get them to swim across, I'm not sure. But this is going to be pretty slow. And there it is, the turtle is actually starting to lay his egg, so that is going to be helpful. So now I should... Where did the other one go? Ah, there it is, good. So there's eggs, that is exactly what we want. So now we need to figure out how to get this back to our base, and then we can set ourselves up a turtle farm. And once again, I went to get my boat, and once again, the 2 turtles have disappeared. It's really, really annoying. I didn't think they could disappear that quickly. But anyway, I've got the eggs there. So, they're good there. So as long as I'm quick about this, no zombie should tread them. And I should be able to pick it up with a silk touch and plant it at my base. And then I just have to protect it for an hour or so. And they should come out of their shell and give me another scoot. Alright, so I managed to get myself a silk touch pickaxe. I just got my diamond pickaxe from over there and put the silk on it. Now, if I'm hoping this is right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is sea turtle egg, so that's correct. So now I just have to get back to my base, and that's 4 different things this way. There it is. So 4 different eggs. That should be good, and hopefully in an hour or so I'll have 5 turtles, and I will want to name them so I don't lose them like I did the other 3 turtles. And boop, 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 and boop. I'll put them all together, or should I separate them? I'm not certain which one is better. I think I'll just leave it like this, because that should be good. So now, if I'm right, I just have to make sure that no zombie or anything else like that gets in. So that I need to thoroughly light up the area and put a wall around it. You can see I already did that to keep my other turtle, my grown-up turtle, inside. But if I do this, it's not very pretty, of course, but we should be able to keep them in, and then we should be able to get ourselves new turtles. And I've decided while I wait, I'm going to go AFK fishing for a little while just to see if I can get myself a few more books especially, but fish and other bits that I need to continue my search for enchanting dominance. It happened all of a sudden, and I think I've got some baby turtles. I'm not entirely certain how many there are, but yes, there are 4. So now I just need to grow them up. Come on, nice and quick. There's 1 and a scoot. So I just need to get myself a number of these scoots and try and get the little baby scoot. These big ones are getting in the way a little bit. That's annoying. Another one. And it's so close. I might be able to make a shop of this if I make enough of these big turtles. And there we go. So let's just breed these things. And we should be able to get ourselves some good scoots. So we've now got 4 in our hand, and I think 6, or no, another 2 back at home, or back in my chest. So we should be able to get ourselves nice and quick some scoots. And before I forget, I'm going to start naming these things. I decided to go with some familiar names, I think, for some of you, although I myself am not a fan of the show. So there should be 8 eggs around, and we should be able to get ourselves a nice big farm. Okay, so we've got our 6th scoot, so let's put it into the inventory, and there, let's put one on, because I think my hat broke from earlier, and take off And there, I look pretty snazzy in that, I reckon. A nice green hat. Let's see what it does in the water. Here goes. So, how long does it give me? I'm not entirely certain. Oh no, that's right. Can't tell. So, it seems to give me a fair amount of water breathing. Then if I come up, does it immediately replenish? Yes, that is actually going to be very useful. So if I can find a way to get myself some air down in the depths of the ocean, that should mean I've got an eye on in infinite water. Although I do have to be a little bit careful with these rounds, because they could inflict my first death if I'm not careful. There we go. Nice and quick. So that is a very good thing. I wonder if I can add any enchantments to it. Okay, let's see. So we've got ourselves a turtle helmet and something that can go on. Oh yes, I can indeed put stuff on it. Respiration, protection, aqua affinity. So I think... And does this get me more than the diamond? I wouldn't have thought so. So it gets me a little bit of protection, but it gets me water breathing as well. So I think for the time being I'll keep this enchantment for the helmet and deal with the stuff later. And let's see if we can get a wolf head. No, tough luck. And on that note, I'm going to bid you adieu, because unfortunately I've run out of time for today. Now, as this episode airs, I am just coming back from camp, so I'm hoping, or thinking there's going to be a number of pranks on me, so hopefully next episode we'll be looking at that and seeing exactly what fun the other guys and gals in the server have done to me. And as this guy starts digging up the sand next to me, I'm going to continue to breed up these turtles and hopefully get a few more scoot. I'm not exactly sure if the plural of scoot is scoots, but I'm going to get a few more of these things and get myself a few more turtle helmets. Hopefully I'll be able to sell them soon for lots of profit. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.